Hello fellow hell divers. Usually I only make one video a day, but today's kind of special. We have patch notes that came out from the developers. I'm super excited to talk about these. It's a small patch, but still I think it's something very worthwhile to talk about. Now, I'll be putting up on the screen the patch notes and everything, but today is patch 1.000.102. In the overview, today's patch is dealing with the spawn rate of heavily armored Terminid enemies as well as the possible play against them. It also contains some fixes to UI elements and crashes. So the balancing is the enemies, obviously. The amount of heavily armored targets that spawn on higher difficulties, especially for Terminids, have been a big discussion post online internally. And the intent is for groups to bring some form of anti-tank capability, but not to a degree previously needed. And the problem was, I don't know, I couldn't find the video or find the post, but there's a famous one that's going around where there's 9 Bile Titans that are in line unison. Even if everyone had mechs and anti-tank personnel, stratagems or whatever, you are fighting for your life the entire time. And I can attest to this. There'd be times on Helldive where you're fighting 3-4 of those Bile Titans, 3-4 chargers, and then all of the rest of the hundreds little enemies. It can get hectic, and I'm excited to see this. It goes on to say, to that end, we have reduced the spawn rate of chargers and Bile Titans on difficulty 7 and up. In addition, we've reduced the risk of spawn spikes of chargers and Bile Titans. Please note that we have changed the distribution of enemy types, not reduced difficulty. Expect other enemy types to appear in greater numbers instead, which I get that. Either there's going to be the smaller little ones, or the bile spewers, or any number of them. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with getting the smaller ones comparative to a bunch of heavy tanks all the time. We are humbled by the community's ability to find things like chargers leg meta in our game. However, spending your heavy tank weapons on legs instead of obvious weak points seems counter to expectations, which I agree. Usually the railgun or the anti-tank or even the rockets, right? You'd shoot them in the leg twice or whatever, and Gatling gun them or shoot them in the leg and take them down, which is cool. It was an interesting way and a quick way to take care of them if you really had to and you were desperate. We are not changing anything regarding the charger's legs. We are, however, lowering the health of the charger's head. That's cool. I did not notice that before. It should now be at the point where a well-placed shot from a recoilless rifle or an EAT-17 instantly kills a charger. Cool, I'm here for it. Love it. Together with unfortunately undocumented change of last patch, increase the armor penetration ability of less well-placed shots for the EAT-17 and recoilless rifle shots, chargers should now be easier to handle by well-equipped groups. Cool. Here for it. Continues with gameplay. Electronic countermeasures operation modifier, which had a chance of giving you a random stratagem instead of the one you input, has been removed in order to be reworked and will be reintroduced in future iteration. We found that the modifier wasn't communicated clearly enough and overall caused more frustration than excitement. With the way it's currently implemented, the change was made in 1.0001 or 0.100, but was unintentionally omitted from the patch notes. I never encountered this. Let me know down in the comments if you did. Now, there's only a couple fixes, but fix missing text on several HUD and UI elements, fix several subtitle/VO mismatches in news videos, fix various crashes that occurred mid-gameplay when deploying to missions. And then of course they have the known issues, game crashes when attempting to use sim while inside an exosuit. That would suck. Pink artifacts may appear in the sky when setting off large explosions. Haven't seen that one before. Automaton dropship seemingly disappears and slides in after being shot down. I have seen that. Shots from arc-based weapons may not count towards kills and post-mission stats. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code, and cross-platform friends invites might not show up in friend request tabs. There's quite a few other ones, but that's the gist of it. So I'm really curious, Helldivers. Have you had any of these issues? What do you think of the changes? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. And I really appreciate all of your guys' time. Have a good day. Bye.